Hey everyone, welcome back to JarDev. Today I'm joined by a very special guest. His name is Robbie.
Special.
He is special.
Very special.
Hi Robbie.
Special. Yes, well, Robbie, that's me.
Welcome to
Very
JarDev.
Special. Thanks. Happy to be here.
No worries. So it's that time of the year again. Robbie and I always do our top 5 games of 2019. In this video, I'll be doing mine, and then in tomorrow's video, we'll be going over Robbie's.
Woo!
Now, normally, we try and guess each other's lists, but
yes.
I know Robbie has had trouble getting games for his list this year. No, maybe not. Maybe I can guess all yours now.
It's a bit complicated, alright?
Okay.
I don't think you'll be able to guess mine.
Okay.
I feel like when we guess, we kind of ruin the top 5 a little bit.
Maybe. So we're trying a different format this year. No guessing. Robbie would not have been able to guess 3 of mine anyway, so
yeah.
It makes sense to not bother this time.
Yeah.
Okay, we might as well start. What do you think might... No, just kidding. Just have it there. Okay. It's going to be interesting to see which of these games you've actually heard of. I'm guessing one.
One of them. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be really good back and forth here.
It's just... You what?
Yeah. You'll, rapidly Google it as I say it.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay, you might have heard this one. Right. My number 5 is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Okay.
We're off to a great start. Holy.
Okay,
is that a game?
Yeah, it's okay. It's basically a spiritual successor to Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is on PS1.
I've heard of Castlevania, obviously.
Okay, that's better. Well, Bloodstained is basically because Konami owns the Castlevania name, but they don't do anything with it. They just turn it into slot machines and shit like that.
Oh.
Basically, the guy who made the good Castlevanias went and made his own company, and because he couldn't use the name Castlevania, he started the Bloodstained series.
Oh.
So they're basically Castlevania games, but they're the good ones now.
Do they have the same characters?
No, all new characters.
Oh, so no Alucard or anything like that. Simon.
No, but there's loads of references to Castlevania and stuff. There's OD, which is original Dracula or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's loads of neat little references in there. Lots to JoJo as well, which I didn't get.
Right, I haven't watched JoJo either, so.
Okay, so you wouldn't have got them either.
No, it's on my list, but I haven't.
Yeah,
watched
it's on mine too, but pretty low down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kickstarted, and it did so well on Kickstarter that they made so much money that they said they would make another little game to come out before Ritual of the Night.
Ooh.
So they released Curse of the Moon last year, which was basically a really old school Castlevania style game. And I saw a speedrun of it, and I thought it looked pretty neat. So I picked it up on sale. I played through the whole thing. I was like, great, that's fine. I don't need to play the new one. And then the new one came out, and it got really good reviews. And I looked at screenshots, and I was like, yeah, okay. So I was just about to buy it, but then I got a review code. Sweet. And then I played it all the way through. I 100%'d it. I did 26 hours in it, which is pretty good for me.
Huh, 26 hours, yeah, that's a fair bit, actually.
Yeah, so yeah, it's full on, Metroidvania. I was really blown away by how much I enjoyed it, because, I saw it was coming up, and it just didn't really appeal to me. Then I just couldn't stop playing it for however long it took me to beat it, 26 hours.
Huh. Wow, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was really fun. Not my kind of genre, I thought, but apparently I really like Metroidvanias, so
there you
go.
That
was a good one.
Nice.
Okay. Number 1 you might have heard of, but you're not going to know these next 3.
Okay, right.
Okay, number 4 is Eastshade.
Well,
you've never heard of it?
I know what the 2 words mean.
Okay, well, it's actually all one word.
Well, shit, I'd have no idea.
So this came out at the beginning of the year, and it's basically It's like Skyrim, but
Right.
instead of being the Dragonborn, you're a painter.
A painter.
And instead of combat, you paint.
Right, so where's the bit where it's like Skyrim?
It's like a fantasy world, I guess. It's
Oh,
like
a dragon!
open world.
I'll just paint that.
It's an open world like fantasy game. It looks quite Skyrim-y, like
Okay.
the sky and the environment all look quite Skyrim-y, but
Right.
it is literally the most wholesome thing in the world. Everyone there is so friendly. All the characters, they're all anthropomorphic animals, and they all have lovely personalities. They're so lovely and charming to you, and you just go around and you paint nice pictures and you give them to people. You do quests, you explore this lovely map, and it's so nice.
I'm watching a little video on it right now, and it does
I've
look
done a video on
very
all these games.
beautiful. Wow.
Right? And like you see, it kind of looks a bit Skyrim-y.
A little bit, yeah, but
Yeah.
the graphics almost seem better, honestly, in some ways.
Yeah, they probably are. I mean, this is like 8 years on from Skyrim
Yeah.
at this point.
Which is impressive still, because this is like this is published and developed by Eastshade Studios.
It's
So
one
it's-
guy.
Yeah, like that's
It's
very
amazing.
impressive, actually. When you think about that compared to the graphics of a big game like Skyrim, it's like, yeah, 8 years
Absolutely.
on, but still incredible. So, wow.
Okay, so this one took me 6 hours to 100%. Oh, I didn't even 100%. It's like half the achievements I didn't get.
6 hours, that's pretty short, though.
Yeah, it is very short. It's almost a walking sim, but
Right.
there are like quests. There's a main quest, there's side quests, and you can just go like, you can like set up an easel and just paint anything you want, and you
Okay.
get to save all of them as like as screenshots.
Huh. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really unique game. Just no combat, very wholesome, and you paint things.
That sounds quite nice, actually. It sounds really
It's really
relaxing.
nice.
I might play that.
It's so relaxing. Like, God, the soundtrack's beautiful as well. The voice acting's fantastic.
Just after a stressful day, just come home, sit down, paint some shit in a video game, just walk around not having to worry or stress about something eating your asshole.
Exactly. I don't know, like, you'll be, like, walking along and you'll see, like, a bear under a tree or something. You'll be like, hello, Mr. Bear. He'll be like, hello, do you want to join me for a cup of tea? And you're like, of course I would. And that's
Amazing.
Eastshade. It's so great.
Amazing.
But yeah, it came out, like, at the beginning of the year. And I put it on my list, and it just stayed there the whole year.
Huh. That's
So, yeah.
awesome.
Eastshade.
Crazy.
I don't know. It's so unique. I feel like it needs to be talked about a bit.
Fair. Yeah, I might give that a shot.
Hell yeah.
Might.
Sale starts tomorrow if you
Keyword
pick it
might.
up. Okay. Okay, number 3.
Right.
Don't think you'll have heard of this one either. Everything on this list I've covered on the channel, so if
Okay.
people want to check them out, there's videos of them.
Right.
But number 3 is A Plague Tale: Innocence.
Oh, yeah, no. I have no idea.
Damn it. You got my hopes up for a moment there. Oh, man.
Sorry. No idea. A plague what?
A Plague Tale,
Innocence.
Innocence.
A plague tale colon.
Yeah. A Plague Tale.
Someone's colon has
Innocence.
been plagued up.
Well, yes.
Wow, this game
Probably.
looks quite impressive as well. There's a lot of bodies. Oh my god.
So, so this is a very narrative-driven game. There's not a ton of interaction. You solve puzzles sometimes. There's very, very minimal combat. But mostly it is just like a very story-driven narrative experience.
Right.
And having said that, it took me 12 hours to finish it.
Wow, that's impressive actually for just mostly story.
Yeah. And it's one of like the most beautiful, harrowing stories I've ever experienced.
Wow.
It's absolutely wonderful. It's in France at some point, and it's basically a plague, as you could probably guess.
Yes. It seems like a bit more than a plague. Like a bit mystical.
Yeah, it is a bit mystical. I don't want to...
Is that Sean Bean?
Yes. Yeah, he did some some PR or something for it, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. He did like a trailer or something?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember.
I'm watching like a bit of a trailer, and Sean Bond is just like looking very worried,
somber,
aghast, somber, and I'm not listening to it, obviously, but I'm just watching him just talk to a camera about plagues or something.
Sure.
Wow, it looks really cool, actually.
It was so good. It's like, yeah, the story really stuck with me for a long time afterwards.
Right.
I remember like when I first started, I was like probably about half an hour in, and like I was enjoying the voice acting, so I was playing with English.
Right.
And I was like, well, this is okay, but it's set in French, so maybe I'll try the French. I switched over to the French, and the French was really good, but I kind of found myself missing the English voices, so I switched back. And I'm really glad I did, because they kind of like really come into their own as characters throughout the game. I think like as the characters experience more tragedy and all this horrible stuff going on around them, it really made me appreciate the English voices.
Yeah, sometimes I find that English voices are okay, and other times they're like great, and sometimes it takes a bit for them to get great. So that's pretty cool. Like, my sister's watching some anime upstairs, and I just cringe sometimes at the English voice actors because I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
like,
anime, I don't think I could go back to not subbed anymore.
But it's a thing. It happens. Like, I
Yeah.
remember not caring. I was like, oh, no, it's fine. And then you listen to it in, like, the language it's meant to be, viewed in, and it's like, oh. But video games, like, sometimes they just do a really killer job with the voice acting. So,
Yeah, and they really did in this. Like, one of the characters is just a little, like, I think he's like a 9-year-old boy or something.
Right.
And he's so flippin' cute. And he goes through such horrible things as well, and you really, really feel for him, and his voice actor did a great job. So I love this game. This was fantastic.
Nice.
Okay, my number 2 game,
Ooh, here we go.
here we go, is World End Syndrome.
Nope.
Okay, this is, it's a John Special. It's a visual novel.
Ah! Is it on Steam?
No. Well, no, I don't think so. I played it on Switch, at the very least.
Ah. Interesting.
And I was so blown away by this game. I won't do any like story spoilers, but I teared up playing this game.
Huh.
And by the end of it, like I got to the very end of it, like the true end or whatever.
Right.
I just like put my Switch down and just like sat there thinking for like 20 minutes or something.
Wow. Taking
Just,
it
like,
all in.
Yeah, legit. It was really very emotional, very really good game. It's so you have to be very specific with it. It was it's one of those where like your character wakes up each morning and he's like, okay, where in town do I go in the morning, in the afternoon, and the night?
Oh, yeah.
And so depending on like which choices you make and who you talk to and what responses you give, that tells you which end you get.
Right.
So I'm sure anybody who plays this game the first time will get the bad end the first time, like 99% of the time. Because
Okay.
it's really specific to try and get the actual character ends.
So, did you have to look it up to get the real ending then?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, I did. I'd like for visual novels, I always try and just play through the first time blind, and
Right.
then afterwards I'll look up a proper guide. I did the same for Clan Ad and everything,
Right.
and I would not have got even close to the true end without a guide,
Right.
because like you not only do you have to do all these certain actions to get these ends, but you have to do the ends in order.
Oh.
So like
Oh my.
yeah. So like after I fucked up the first ending, I looked up a guide and I was like, okay, I'll just go do my favorite character's ending and then maybe I'll stop. And I went to
But-
try and do her ending, and it just wouldn't work because you had to do like 3 other characters' endings before hers.
Crazy.
Yeah. So like originally I was only planning on just playing through once, then doing like a proper end and then stopping. And then I just couldn't put it down and I kept playing all the way through.
Huh. Wow, that's really neat.
Yeah, I just love having visual novels on Switch. It's the perfect place for them.
Yeah. That like the Switch is awesome, honestly. Like it's an amazing
I love the
console.
Switch. Yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, World End Syndrome. Would
Cool.
recommend.
Huh. Maybe I'll try it
Okay.
sometime.
Yeah, I really would. Okay, I'm gonna do honorable mentions now before I do number 1.
Right.
And then you might be able to guess number 1. Maybe.
Okay.
So honorable mentions are Far Cry New Dawn. Shout out to first Far Cry game. Far Cry spin-off I've actually completed.
Wow. Okay.
Children of Morta, The Outer Worlds, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and Ashen.
Ooh.
So do you have any idea? I'll give you like one guess for number 1. You don't even have to take it if you can't think. That's okay, you don't have to.
I honestly have no idea.
Okay, I think you'll probably go like, when I say it.
Right.
So number 1, my game of the year, is Code Vein.
Ah.
Okay. Sort of knew that, maybe?
I hadn't realized that you'd played it much, I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess I just told you that I bought it, and that was about it.
Yeah, so I didn't really know. But
Okay.
that's kind of cool.
So Code Vein is anime Dark Souls,
Yes.
and
If I thought
You know,
about it,
I-
I probably could have guessed it, honestly.
probably that's what I thought, but like obviously we didn't have any time to like, because usually we'd look up all the games that came out and try and put them to each other's lists.
Yeah.
So if you'd done that, you probably would have got it, but we didn't have time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, anime Dark Souls. It's, you know, I love my Dark Souls. Don't know if people know
What?
that by now.
What?
No. 600 hours in the Dark Souls games.
Say it ain't so. Oh my god.
Yeah, I really like these Dark Souls games. And so there's a lot of games try and imitate them,
Yes.
and for the most part, they suck. But I, like, you know, I can only play Dark Souls so many times. I say that like I just did a playthrough of Dark Souls 3 like a week ago. But like, I can always play Dark Souls, but I like to try new things. And so I always try all the Souls-likes that come out. And for the most part, just can't get into them at all. Like, neither Surges I've enjoyed. Lords of the Fallen I made 5 minutes in before I had to uninstall it because it was crap.
What about Neo?
Neo I did like 5 hours or something,
Right.
but it just wasn't very enjoyable.
Okay.
But Code Vein is not only anime Dark Souls, it's also Dark Souls Light because it's actually quite easy.
Ah, interesting.
You have an AI companion with you at all times, and they can actually res you if you die.
Oh, cool.
So it's a lot easier. You also have the option to get rid of them if you want a bit of a challenge, but I
Right.
liked playing through with a partner.
Okay.
Right now, I've got 49 hours in it, and I'm on my 3rd playthrough.
Right. Huh.
And the moment I knew this had to be my game of the year was I finished up my first playthrough. I was like, God, that was great. And I like closed the game and I like went on Reddit or something. And like 10 minutes later, I started it right back up and started a brand new game.
Wow. Very impressive, actually.
So most games, like I'll finish them because like it had been like 20 plus hours by that point. You know, I'll finish them, I'll uninstall and play something else.
Right.
But Code Vein, I just started it right back up and played it through all again.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's how I knew it was a game I really enjoyed.
Yeah. Holy.
And currently doing a co-op playthrough.
See, I find that interesting because also what came out this year is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, right?
Yes.
Which is made by the guys who made Dark Souls.
Yes.
And that didn't even get an honorable mention.
There's 3 games on my list that are more Dark Souls than Sekiro.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like Code Vein's very Dark Souls, Ashen's exactly Dark Souls, and
Yeah.
Jedi Fallen Order is also very Dark Souls.
Huh, cool.
All of them more enjoyable than Sekiro.
Right. Wow.
I hated Sekiro.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. I just find that that's kind of interesting because I would have expected that would be one that you'd really like and enjoy because it's kind of a Japanese theme, which you and I are both fans of, and it's a Souls-like, quote unquote.
It's not a Souls-like though, really.
I'm looking at it on Steam, and popular user-defined tags for this product. First one is Souls-like.
I guess because it's got bosses. That's it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was missing every single thing I loved about Dark Souls and just kept the things I didn't enjoy.
That's kind of rough.
So, there's no customization. You use the same sword the whole game. You don't change your appearance. You customize your prosthetics, which is just, weird little gimmicky gadgets that you can use that don't really make too much of a difference.
Right.
The game only lets you play in a very specific way. Like Dark Souls, you can block, you can roll, you can go heavy armor, you can go light armor, you can parry. In Sekiro, you can only parry, and that's it. And you get severely punished for trying to play any other way, and I just hated that.
So, Code Vein was very opposite to that, then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, Code Vein didn't actually have shields, but there was so much weapon customization. Not as much as Dark Souls, but there was enough. You could change your appearance with your armor. You could roll. You could parry. So it was nice to have the choice.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And without Dark Souls 4, Code Vein's probably the best we're gonna get.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my list.
Nice. Well, that's a pretty good list, I think.
Thank you.
Way better than mine's gonna be.
Well, you'll have to stay tuned for tomorrow's video to find out what Robbie's top 5 games are.
Ooh!
I can't wait.
Yeah? You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. But I have to wait for tomorrow as well. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Alright, thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye.